Hi, it's Rene Byrd, and I've got another exciting, beautiful guest lined up for the Who Am I talk. And her beautiful name is Nini Andrade Silva. She is a prestigious interior designer. I mean, wow. Can you imagine? Can you imagine having your house designed by such an amazing lady? And today we're going to talk about her story. There's loads of things that she's got going on with, as you know, I'm doing some things with Hera. So she's doing a big project with that and just finding out what made her go into interior design. I think I'm always excited about what makes an interior designer. I'm really excited about watching all those shows where you see the house from start to finish. So I'm sure she's going to give us some tips. And anyone who's listening that might be excited about taking this career, I'm sure Nini will be able to give you some amazing tips. So thank you so much for joining me on on my show today, Nini. How are you?
It's a big pleasure to be here, Renee.
You're welcome.
And I'm well. I'm happy to be here to talk with you and to say a little bit of who I am and what I do. I'm born in Madeira Island, in the middle of the Atlantic. And since I was a kid, my mother said, because my real name, it's Isabel.
Okay.
And yes, I'm Isabel Andrade Silva. But when I born, the first word I said was Nini. And everything was Nini, and mother and father was Nini. And until they call me Nini, I didn't learn another word.
Wow, that's interesting. It's lovely. I
Yes,
love it. It's a very sweet name. Very sweet
yes.
name.
That's why my mother said, you want to create everything, even your name. Anyhow,
That's
I'm
amazing.
Nini,
Yeah.
and I'm an interior designer, and I really love what I do. Since I was very little, I used to do a lot of design, and I used to do all the designs for my friends in the school, and I knew it. I loved design since I was a kid. Then when I finished the high school,
Mhm.
my parents asked what you want to be. They thought I want to be an architect. I said, no, I want to be a designer. That's really what I want to be. And my mother said, okay. Then I went to Lisbon because in Madeira we didn't have the university. I
Right.
went to live in Lisbon when I was 17,
Mhm.
and I stayed in Lisbon taking my course. Then after that, I went to America. After America to South Africa. From South Africa, I went to Denmark. And then I went back to Madeira and did my own shop. When I start my own shop with my two friends, because one of the friends was English.
Yes.
We start to do a lot of work. He was an architect, a landscape architect. We start to do a lot of work for England.
Mhm.
And on that time, I met Andrew Martin in England, and I put one of my works in his book, and it was on his book, was a big thing. And since then, people start to ask me work outside of the island, and I start to work for England, for France, for all over the world. Then I opened my second office in Lisbon.
Mhm.
Then I opened my third office in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia for half the Malaysia side.
Yeah.
And we start to do all over the world houses. And then I decide I want to do hotels. And I start to do hotels. And nowadays I'm very famous for hotels.
Wow.
That's
So tell me
because
what hotels, not to cut you, but we can talk. What hotels have you done?
I did a lot of hotels around the world and interior design hotels. That's what I normally do because I'm quite well known. If you know the design hotels,
Yeah.
you will go and you put my name and you will find lots of work there around the world. And then because design hotels was bought from Marriott,
That's
uh,
correct. That's the one I've
yes,
seen. I've seen your name
yes.
attached to that one. That's why I said,
Now I belong to
wow.
Marriott Pool and I belong to Hilton Pool for the architects.
Yeah.
I'm doing some Hiltons. I'm doing Hiltons. I'm doing W Hotel for Marriott in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. It's incredible because it's in the very, very nice area of Sao Paulo. And it is going to be fantastic. It's going to open in 2 years' time. I'm working for 2 years. It's 4 years, the project. I just finished a very, very nice one in Madeira Island called Savoy Palace. If you
Mhm.
have time to go and see,
I
it's
would
really
love to. I went to Madeira for you a Vedic yoga retreat. So I came over for 7 days and I did a Ayurvedic yoga retreat. So it's beautiful.
Oh,
Yes. So I would love to
nice.
come. I would love to. That must be beautiful. That
Yeah,
hotel.
Madeira is very beautiful. I did a lot of work in Colombia. I did 9 hotels in Colombia and all over Colombia, from Cartagena, Barranquilla, Bogota, Medellin, Cali, Pereira, everywhere in Colombia. It's a country I fell in love.
Yeah.
And I did in so many places. We did work in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Tokyo, in Japan, um, in Europe,
Wow.
everywhere.
Global, international.
Yes,
I
and the
mean,
nice thing it's
and
now because my style is a little. People say my style is a minimalism, but with soul, and now they call me minimalist.
oh wow.
It's not minimalist, it's minimalist. And it's quite nice because I just finished my book
Yeah.
and it's going to come out now. It's a very, very nice book.
Yes.
And I showed to the university in Portugal and now they want to be study my style. And it's going to be a new thing next year.
Wow.
And they prepared to do a new style called minimalist. And this is quite nice. And I have a big team with me. We are 52 people.
Right.
And they're fantastic. I normally say my name doesn't belong to me anymore, belongs to all of them.
That's
because we really are a big quite a big team for Portugal. And then I'm doing I get lost because normally I get lost, but anyhow I remember I have a design center too in Madeira.
Okay.
And it's very nice. It's an island in front of my island because in the old times this island it was just separated, but now belongs to Madeira through the connect to the road to the port of Funchal.
Okay.
City.
Yep. Yeah.
And the design center have a small museum, a restaurant, and a place where people can go there and enjoy. Because I really, when I started to study design, like 40 years ago, it was a big thing. It was not so common in my island. It was architecture was very well known, but not design. And I create this design center for people who want to go there and do ballet or do new things, VJ and things, new things. They go there and they stay there the day and new things happen there. It's quite nice. It's surrounded to the Atlantic and have the fantastic view to the island. It's a place where everybody who come to the island have to go there. It's really very beautiful.
That sounds wonderful.
It is. And I design furniture too, and jewelry and clothes. I design a few things. And now I'm designing for Hera
Yes.
a new piece, a new sofa and the chair and the jewelry too. And this is I'm gonna give to Hera for Hera to organize and sell around the world. And it's because I believe Hera is a very nice project. It's really fantastic. I remember when all of this started, I went with Marianella Milpuri to Marrakesh, and it was really fantastic. And she's really very nice and have a very nice group with Mary. And it's really very nice. I have so many things to do. I'm always
lots going on.
Lots going on. Because I remember I start to do my job like a designer. Then I start to do furniture too. Then I start to fabricate my own furniture. I have a collection called The Girl of the Pebbles. In Portuguese means Garota do Cailão.
Yes.
It's Girl of the Pebbles is because in my island, the beach is full of pebbles. And the kids in the old times, they used to come and ask for coins for the boats who used to stop here and go to South Africa. And the tourists used to send coins and the kids used to jump on the waters. And these boys used to be the very free boys we call the boys of the pebbles. And later I started to do a collection for help these people. And my brother have an association called the Girl of the Pebbles. And I help the association too. And it's quite a big thing in Madeira because have children's and people who the Alzheimer. We have a center for Alzheimer. And it's quite a nice thing too. It's beautiful. I'm always very busy.
Wow. No, that's amazing. So, wow. So interior design has been with you since you was very young. And it became a part of you, and then it became your career, then it became your business, and you literally brought parts of you all around the world in various people's homes, in various hotels where people come and stay. When obviously you don't even need to be introduced anymore, because people know who you are and they come to you and say, we want you to do the designs and we want your inspiration. But when every single hotel and every single house is different, so how do you approach that? Do you walk into the house and you think, okay, I can do this because of the style of the house? How do you start with the design?
No.
It must
You
be.
see, if it is a house, we have
Yes,
to have a meeting with the owners of the house,
yes,
and then we have to understand what they want, because normally people know what they want. They just don't know how to get there.
that's true.
And you have to do the style of that person, not your, and with your style in the middle, but you have to do the house for that person,
Yeah,
not for you.
that's right.
Then it's the way I do. But if it is an hotel, what I do, I always travel with Inish. She's working, we work together, and she's the one who goes ahead, and she see the culture of the country, how people, what is important in culture of that country, and we always create a narrative and start with a story and do a story for the hotels.
Yeah.
Like in Colombia, we did the gold, the emeralds, the how you say handicraft? Yeah.
Oh yes,
Uh,
yes. I know what
yeah,
you
the
mean.
sky. We did in Madeira. I did the embroideries, the wine, the sugar
Wow.
cane. We always do where depends what the story and the culture of the country. That's why
I
they
guess.
call me minimalist. They say
Yes.
I'm minimalist with a story behind.
I like that. I love that. So I see what you mean. So your starting point is looking at where it is, and where it is
Yes,
will depict what you
always,
create. Okay. So people that
always.
walk into that hotel will get the sense of the culture of the country, plus
Yes,
the nuances of the hotel they will feel, but that what they're feeling is where they are. That's so wow.
oh
That's very interesting.
yes, always have a story behind. And it's nice because then people start, like the palace we just did now in Madeira. It's you have the pool is like a big cascade we have in the mountains called Caldeirão Verde. It's
Mm.
a cascade where you have a big lagoon, and the pool is like a lagoon, and then the bottom of the pool is the mosaics we did like stones, and you're swimming in the lagoon. It's really very
Wow.
nice. And then the bar we call the Galaxy,
Mm.
and it's because in Madeira in the August you have the shooting stars, and the whole bar is like shooting stars everywhere. It's really very nice. If people have time and see my
I,
website, it's
it's
really very nice.
beautiful. I've looked at it. It's beautiful. So you're literally, and you know what I love about listening to you? I feel the excitement. You enjoy your job. You
Yes,
actually
it's
love your
not
job.
true. I love my job.
Yeah,
You
I can
know,
see.
the other day, people were saying to me, a friend of mine sent me a thing saying, you have to understand job is nice because you have to. I said, I understand exactly. I don't need, I'm not that kind. I
No,
like to wake up. I like to go to work. I really like to go to work.
I can
It's
hear it.
nice.
It's
And
nice.
it's nice to do, to create and to do different things with with this big group I have.
Mm,
And I always say, you have to go crazy. You have to think in a different thing.
mm,
I always say, when you do something, you put inside the magazine and you open the magazine. If you don't stop in that page, don't even show me, because you have to be different. If people come to us, it's because they want something different,
mm,
and we have to create fantastic things and different things.
mm.
And I think we have been doing that. I did an hotel in Lisbon, and the hotel is called WC, and it's like a powder room.
Yes.
And when the people at the reception, they use a robe again and the towel on the, like if they're coming out of the shower.
Yeah.
And the whole hotel is like if you are inside a shower or a bath.
Oh, nice.
It's really very nice.
That's
It's
really
really very,
nice.
it
That's like a
is.
escape place so you can have your tender love and be looked after and
It
pampered.
is very nice because, you know, any other day I ask if they can send something to my room. And
Mm.
this lady comes, like if she comes out of the shower, when I open the door, I thought it was me giving things to her, not her
They're
giving
giving
things to
things to
me.
you.
Yes, and
Wow.
that's what I thought was great, because
Yes.
I remember one day I was in New York, and I was going on the Twin Towers, going to the restaurant upstairs.
Yes. The
Everybody was,
windows of the world. Remember? Windows of the world.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Gosh. Yeah.
Everybody was very smart dressing, and suddenly came in the elevator uh, an Asian little man dressed in the gun coming out of the gym or something like that, and it was so different as and him in the middle. I thought, oh, this is nice. This
Yeah.
gives you something different,
Different.
and I have to do an hotel. One, I thought one day if somebody accept, I have to do an hotel where the people work there dressed like this, and the other ones dressed like if they going for very big fashion, but the people who work are dressing like if they're coming out of the room
I like
or if they're
that.
coming out of the shower.
Yeah.
That's why I did that.
Wow. So that's what triggered you. That was your inspiration. You remembered
Yes,
being
it
in the.
was. It was.
It's
It was.
interesting. So a lot of the things that you see, and I think what's wonderful is it becomes authentic because a lot of your experiences to create is what you see around or what people make you feel, and then you put
Yeah,
it
and
in.
for me it is very important. The time I was in Asia and then Thailand and Philippines, and
Wow.
it was so nice because Thailand, you have the quiet, the light. The light in Asia is special. The light, the smell, and the quiet. The, it's so special. The noise of the silence. And
Mm,
that's what I really do in my projects. I like that. That is, I learn in Asia. That is for sure. I like when people normally say when they come in one of our spaces, they I always say it's not what you see, it's what you feel. It's important. And when we design, we have to design for people have feelings, for people to feel when they get in. They have to feel, "Well, it's something different for me. I feel good." Something like this.
I like
That
it.
is important.
And how does it feel to you once, obviously, you've made the brief, you got the brief, you've designed, you've created, and then it's time for it to be the grand opening? How does that make you feel when you walk into the hotel in particular and you know everything around is being created by you? Do you sit there and go, wow, or do you go, oh, maybe this could be, do you criticize it or are you happy? Because sometimes creative people, even when it's beautiful, you might still see things that you think it could be even better because you're a perfectionist.
Yeah, for the first thing, I cry.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I
Yeah,
cry because when we do an hotel, we are working for 3 years,
yeah,
5 years, 2 years, and I know how much all the team work for that.
of course.
And when I go in, I get very emotional and I cry. And then when I go, when I stay, the more and more time I stay, the most of the time I really love what is done.
That's good.
But if normally I like to design the uniforms, I like to do the flower arrangements, I like to organize every single thing.
Mhm.
And if I come out and when I go back is not done properly,
Yeah.
I really get mad.
Yeah, yeah. I can imagine. Because you see you've seen the beginning, the middle, and the end. So
Yeah.
it has to, and because you are the brand, you want it to represent you in the best possible way, isn't it? And it's okay
Yes.
because you're perfection. But
It
that's
is. I
fabulous.
remember this hotel I did in
Yeah,
Bogotel. I
yeah.
designed the flower arrangements, and after 5 or 6 years, they still do the same, and
Really?
they still look beautiful.
Wow.
That's what I always say. When I do an hotel, it's like a piece of art. It's not for change; it's for maintain.
Yes, I like that.
And that's why when I say to the architects and the designers, when we are doing this, we have to be very serious because this is a very special thing and it's forget for a long time.
Of course.
And that's why we can't get like, oh, I'm going to do this just for doing. No,
Yeah.
we have to know why we're doing and why this thing is going to, everything have to be a reason why it's there.
Mm. Well, it's funny you said something about a long time. You create an interior design to have more of a timeless element because some hotels kind of re-energize themselves or update do you find that, do you change it slightly, tweak it and come and do a refresh, or do you just maintain that same look? Because
You know,
what
our projects are so special. I don't think people change. They maintain,
yes,
and the people like to come back and stay there because really it's a story,
yes,
and the story you don't change.
that's correct. That's
It's a
correct.
thing. That's, the most of the hotels we have been doing, they're still the same, and they still, I did the Fontana Park in Lisbon like 12 years ago, and people in nowadays still go in and take pictures. That I like. I
Wow.
sometimes I'm in the reception and I see people taking picture like if it is new, and I think this is here for 12 years, and I feel
Yeah, you feel
that's
good because it's timeless. They can,
yes,
they're excited just how you was when you first did it.
yes,
That's
yes, it's
amazing.
good.
And you're doing some amazing, you spoke about it briefly earlier, some great stuff with Hera. Um, I know that you're very close to the founder, and you're obviously about woman empowerment. You're a very powerful woman. You've done amazing things. People can see what you've achieved. What does empowerment mean to you? And what would you love to see for the future of women?
I was very lucky because I had a family who believe in me, and I always feel very good, no matter if you are in the middle of woman or man. I always feel
Yeah,
very good with everybody,
yeah,
and I hope everybody can get like that,
yeah,
because it's the only way you can be free like a human being,
it's true.
and you can feel good no matter where you are.
Yeah,
And that's what I hope everybody can have this,
yeah,
and think about a nice thing to do and be able to do.
yeah.
This is the best. This is luxury.
It's true. It's opportunities, isn't it? We take for granted how lucky we are, if it's lucky as well as hard work, in
Yeah.
certain countries of the world, the Western world, to have so much opportunities, and people in other parts of the world don't have what we have. But even when they don't, they still flourish, they still do well, they work
Yes.
hard, and I love that. They don't let their opportunities stop them from pushing forward. But us as
Yes.
people, it's good, isn't it? It's very
Yeah, it's
powerful.
true. It's just different. I've been working with many different people from Asia to America, from Africa to Europe,
Mm,
and it's the nice thing. It's to respect each other
that's true.
and to respect the way people are, and to
Mm,
understand why they're doing that.
that's
Because
correct.
I can do the same thing and can be wrong in one side of the world, and the other side can be right,
It's true.
and
True.
that's why we have to respect.
It's
Yeah,
true.
I always say I'm not right. I just have respect for everybody. That's
Yeah, and that is the way. I think in this season, it's been a very interesting year this year. Wow, did we believe this would ever happen? And you've seen people come together, communities work together more, people love each other, look out for each other. So if there's anything that this time has made is more love, more understanding, compassion.
it is. It is very nice, because I think now people give more value to people,
That's correct.
because sometimes we go in the world just running because we have to do our own things,
Yeah,
and we forgot the rest.
yeah.
And the world without our world, for the human being, without the friendship, without the people, for us, it's very
True.
difficult.
It's very true. And
Very difficult.
what advice, I mean, you're accomplished, I call an accomplished interior designer with so much accolades, and it's evident around the world, the hotels that you've created. What would you say to somebody that would be an inspiring interior designer? What's the best steps, or if there is any steps? I feel that love is one of them. You've got to love it because you love it. I can feel it from you. But what would
I
you say to them? What would you say to them? What should they
You
do?
know what they should do. Never mind if it is a designer or another profession. What you should do is you have to believe in what you want,
Yeah.
and you have to believe and go ahead with do the things you believe. Because sometimes, because when you are an artist, I'm talking like an artist or a designer.
Yeah.
When you are a designer and you want to do different things, it's very difficult for people to understand from the beginning. After you have success, everything you do, it's perfect. But until you get that, many people are going to say it's not good, it's why she do that.
Mm,
and what you have to do is go ahead and carry on. If you believe, you have to believe in yourself. And always in my life, what I used to do is in people I respect, and I thought they were the kind of people I thought they think the same way, or some people I admire. If they told me, Nini, I don't think this is right, I will think about it. And I said, okay, they're right. But if it is people just want to say it's not right just because it's not right, I say, okay, I will go ahead and try to do. We have to believe in ourselves. That's the biggest thing. And work hard. If you don't work hard, forget it. You can be. And the other day I was saying, somebody invited me for talk about sort. Be lucky. You have to do a lot of work for be lucky. Like, I don't know if the translation is right, but it's like luck doesn't come like this.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. You've got to work hard. A lot of people think that it's about the work that you put in, it's the opportunities. There's a little bit of luck in it, but a lot of it is hard work and graft.
Totally. It is, you know what I call luck. Luck for me, it's when you believe on you and you expect for the things. Let me put it this way. One day I was going to Singapore for a conference. And then it starts to snow in Zurich. And I had to be in Zurich for 3 days. And I thought, oh my God, this was finished. I can't go to my conference anymore. But maybe something here for me. Let me see. And on my side at the airport, until they know where we're going, it was a lady from Italy, Sonia. This story, it's like 30 years ago. And Sonia said to me, what you do? I said, I'm an interior designer. I was going to Singapore, but this happened and now I don't know what I will do. Maybe I go back home. And I said, and you? And she said, I sell leather in China and I'm going to China. Why you don't come with me? I just met her at the airport. And I said, and what I will do in China? And she said, I can introduce you people for furniture. I can introduce you people who do different things. You should come. And I changed my ticket and I went to China with her.
Did you? Wonderful.
Yes. And I met so many nice people and I did so many nice things and I worked with them for so long. And because it was snowing in Zurich.
That's right.
And I think people have to be open and trust and let the things come. I always think you can't just think this is what I'm going to do. No, I have a way of going, but maybe in the middle of the road, I can go left. All right. Depends what happened. I always say to my sister, because she say, you decide to do this and now you're deciding to do a different thing. I said, Louisa, that's why I'm never wrong. I never know where I'm going.
No, I think that's amazing. You're open. You have to be flexible in this world. This year has shown us. We had plans. I had plans for this year and it all got changed. But I had to then pivot and be adaptable and try something new in this time.
Is true.
Isn't it?
And that's what is important, I think. It's really... You have to let the things come and see how to resolve that situation. You have to know how to resolve different situations. I always say to my clients, nowadays it's easier because if you are an artist, a creative, you can't have many people asking what you're going to do because most of the times you don't know. You just know it's going to happen and the things are going to come. But if a person be behind you always saying it's wrong, it's this, it's that, it's more difficult to work. But if they let you working and let until you're free and you show the project, that's when I do my best work. And in nowadays it's more easy because I'm working for 30 years and people, when they come to me, they know what I do and they know I'm able. They don't know what I'm going to do, but they know I'm able to do.
Definitely. No, totally.
And that is easier. But if you're young and you want to start, you have to... I remember, I never say to a client when I start, I don't like. I always say, okay, if the client say, I want red, and I didn't thought the red was the best, I said, okay, we're going to do red, but imagine if we do this and this and this, and the client go. But if you say straight away, it's not nice, the client will hate and he will not listen to you anymore.
That's correct. You give them alternatives and you explain
Yes.
why. So hopefully they will,
Yes.
There's still
Yes.
somebody saying what they think, but you give them opportunities to think of different angles and perspectives to look at it.
Yes.
That's
And then you have to make your client happy. That's what they need when they come, when they look for a professional.
Yes.
They need to have what they want in the best way. And that's what I'm trying to do. It's what they want in the best way.
That's amazing. And what does the future hold for you? I know you're obviously, now I realize the timeline, because it's true, we don't realize how you hear about hotels, because I review quite lots of hotels. They called me an influencer as well. So I'd go in and I would have dinner there and have the experience and then talk about it. But you realize, I see sometimes certain hotel openings, but people don't realize the time and effort it goes into before you've even opened that hotel, the work that's going on in the background. So if you've got any hotels that are coming up that you're working on, or any big things happening, or because of COVID, has it slowed things down for you, or what's
it's like this? Because of COVID, some of the hotels we were doing stop. But we are doing a few we're doing a few hotels.
Yes, wonderful.
And it's quite nice. And the other day I was at the office and we were working so hard, and everybody was quite tired. And I said, it's better to be tired than be here thinking what we're gonna do. We don't have work.
Very true.
And this is is special. Now we still have lots of work.
That's good.
And we're still doing many different projects. And it's quite nice because I'm sitting in my table and came a group of architects and we are doing this one in Brazil. It's a W, have to be different and modern. Then comes up another group with a palace, have to be classic. Everything is different, and I'm there doing many different things at the same time. And it's quite nice. I like to work in this pressure. Like I need pressure for work well. It's true. I need to be in the pressure. I have to think about this, and it's quite nice because when I come home or when I'm driving or when I'm everywhere I go, I see something, even in the garbage, I see things for the nice things.
It's really interesting.
Yes, sometimes in the garbage you have an apple, a red apple, together with a fig, it's purple. And you see that two colors and you say, oh my God, that two colors look so nice. I have to do something with that two colors. I always find things everywhere.
Yeah, that's interesting. As I said, your whole world is surrounded by your design, basically. You'll see things that would trigger you. And I think that's the art and the exciting part of being a creative, because your whole world, you're absorbing stuff that is actually going to become something in the future, or what adds to what you're doing at present.
Yes, it is.
I love that. And your book, you said about your book. So is the book, when's it coming out? Tell everyone, when your book
is just come out, I think today.
Today?
Yes, because we were doing a big opening for the book.
Oh.
But because of the COVID, I can't.
Okay, so where can we get it? Where can we get the book? Where is it?
I will let you know, because the book will be in Portugal in the FNAC, but I'm sure we'll be selling on the internet.
Okay.
I will put on my website,
please,
where everybody can, or in my Facebook, people can see on my Facebook or Instagram where you can buy. It's quite a big book.
Wow.
And it's very nice. In the how you say? In the cover of the book,
yes.
It's a picture of me, and I'm looking down, and it's quite funny because the person who are doing my book, they say, "Why you don't look for people to see your face?"
Yeah,
I can't show my face because this book belongs to many people, and I'm like this, like saying, in a way, it's like saying thank you for everybody, but in a way, it's like I can't show my face because it's more than 50 or 100 faces.
And
that's why I didn't show my face. And I'm always dressing in black and white, and the book, the cover is black and white. I always go black and white.
Interesting.
Yeah, you know why? I will tell you why. It's easier because if you are dressed with a white shirt and a white trousers, you can go to the beach, and at the same time you can put a different shoes and a different bag, and you can go for a special dinner.
True.
And in the black is the same thing. And because I was traveling all the time and I need a small luggage, I like to take the luggage with me.
Yeah.
I always take some black dresses, some white dresses, and different shoes, different bags, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
I don't need more than that.
It's very classic. You've got a classic
Yes.
look. That's
Yes.
fantastic. So where can everyone connect with you? What's your website, Instagram, or how can they connect with you?
Yeah, Instagram. If you look for Nini Andrade Silva, you can see
Everything. Because I've seen,
everything.
before we go, I saw that you did a TED Talks. Is that right?
Yes,
That's
I did.
amazing. How
I
was
did in
that?
Asia. I did in Asia. I did in Portugal a few ones. Yeah, it was very nice. I really liked it. It was quite funny. I talk about how to design life
Okay.
because they invite me for talk about design.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get on the stage, I look, it was so many people. And I thought, I have such a big experience around the world. I have to talk about life.
I like that.
And then I said, let's talk about how to design our lives.
I like that.
And that's what I talk. And
Yeah.
some of the talks I dressed with a gun and a rope and
Yeah.
a crown
To
on my
tell them.
head. Yes,
Okay.
because I want the people to understand.
Mm-hmm.
If I was in Malaysia and I was in my um, bathroom and I was looking at myself and I thought I want to go and I want to explain to people the same thing here can be right.
Mm.
And if you move can be wrong. Then I was dressed on the robe and I said maybe if I go like this I can explain.
Mm.
And I went on the stage dressing like that and I tried to explain I was okay when I was in the bathroom,
Yeah.
but I'm very ridiculous now.
So
And it
funny.
was for people to understand the same thing can be right or can be wrong.
I like
And
that.
it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if I'm doing a house in the mountain, I can't do the same thing I'm doing on the beach. Or if I'm doing in Asia, I can't think the same way if I'm doing in America.
Mm.
Because in Asia, if you're going to do your closet, you will not have place for shoes. The shoes will be at the door. It's things like this.
Yeah.
Everything is different.
Yeah.
That's why I try to explain my way.
I love it. It's been absolutely amazing speaking to you, Nini. And I love your energy. I see the excitement in what you do. I see that they must have a great leadership in having you as a leader for the team, and you just allow them to breathe. Because what I get from you, you're not rigid in your interior design. You're open. You want to get
Yes.
the best out of everything. And that's a beautiful thing. I see that. I feel that from you.
Yeah, it's true. It's like I always say, I can do anything. People just need to ask me.
That's right.
And then I will go. I will
Yeah.
start to, I really like to create. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember I read from a Japanese person who was saying, he said he was dying and he said, oh, lucky I am. I had people who pay for me to be myself and create for them.
Wow.
And I really feel I'm lucky on that.
Yes, you are.
Because I really do what I like. I
Mm.
create for people and it's nice. And I like when I see this shining on the eyes of the client when they come in and they see and they love it. I feel,
Yeah, it must be amazing.
yeah, it's nice. That is the nicest thing. That and see my team happy because my team is the best
Yeah,
for me.
that's
Yeah,
amazing. And
they
just
really are special.
and one last thing, what's your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration.
Mm.
How can I say that? Oh, now you cut me.
Oh, it's okay.
My biggest for me to be inspired, and my biggest inspiration, it's really to be in peace, looking at the sea. I love to be at home looking at the sea.
Yeah.
From my house, I have the Atlantic
I
in
can
front of
see
me.
it's beautiful when you showed me.
It
Beautiful.
is. And my biggest inspiration is just look of the sea and you can all your ideas can come. And if I'm alone and I'm sitting and I'm looking at the sea, that's when I have my big inspiration is there
I love that.
because I really feel free. You
Mm.
have to be free for create.
You do.
And that's where you feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You
love
have to
that.
be happy too for create.
No, you do. You're
That's
completely right. I find it very difficult to sing when I'm hurt because it
yeah,
comes from my soul, you know. But then there's healing in that too. So sometimes when I
it
do sing, it
is.
makes me feel better. So it's finding that balance, isn't it? I don't know Portuguese, but one thing I do know and I've learned is obrigado. Is that the right?
A girl always say obrigada.
Ah, obrigada.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
man always say obrigado.
Oh, so obrigada.
Obrigada, it's
Obrigada.
thank you.
And I
Yes,
want to say
obrigada.
obrigada for having you join me on the Who Am I talk. And you wanted to say that. I'm so glad that you told me the different, whether it's female or male, but it's been an
Yes.
absolute pleasure having you today. Thank
Oh,
you
thank
so much.
you.
You're very
Thank you. It
welcome.
was a big pleasure.
Absolute
Thank you.
pleasure. And yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. And I definitely would love to come over to see you in Madrid. Definitely. Be amazing.
Anywhere in the world.
Yes, definitely love to come and see you.
Okay. Thank you.